They're gonna have to take out a loan. They're gonna take out a loan on credit. And so then their credit score is gonna go so far down.
No,
they can't get out of that.
their score only goes down if they don't make payments, retard.
How can they make payments if they're poor?
Look, and guess
They
who's
don't like these sort of company that are poor anymore.
Yes, I'm not company with that.
the rich people.
That's not
All
even
I'm
mentioning
hearing
the
is a
fact.
bunch of
That's
like,
not
little
even.
baby shit going on right now.
That's not even mentioning the fact that the competition starting up a
Dude,
business
Austin,
in a
if
different
Austin
area.
ever went to
It's
an
gonna be run
economics
by rich
class, he would
people.
shit himself.
Whoa, wait,
Logan.
listen to me. Everybody, okay. I want to do what we did earlier. Give me a situation, and we will say how it's that person's fault, how they're poor.
Alright,
Let's do Mr. Quentin. Let's do Mr. Quentin.
You're born into a poor family. There.
yeah, you're born into a poor family and you
Your
grow up
parents
poor.
shouldn't have had kids if they couldn't support them.
And
How
how
is
the
it your
fuck
fault?
is that
How
your
is it your
fault?
fault?
How's it their fault? How's the kid's fault?
You're right. You're right. The child could just kill
But
themselves.
it's the
Shut up,
parents.
yourself.
It's the parents' fault for bringing them into that world.
No, but that's not the question. The question is how is it the kid's fault for being
How is it?
born in a
Okay,
poor family?
here. Okay, here. Okay, how is it the
Child
kid's
shouldn't have run
fault?
the race.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at the beginning, it's completely the parents' fault that the kid's poor. But then, after, if the kid continues to be poor into adulthood, that kid is just retarded.
No, let me speak.
Let's not pretend that
Let me
they,
Carson, let me Carson.
they don't
Let me
have an
talk,
equal oppor. Oh my.
Let me talk.
Equal opportunity!
They don't. Don't act like they do.
He's super rich, and he was literally born with 6 siblings and a single mother. And now he's rich. How is it his fault? There's more. He's not poor. He's
Who are
rich.
you talking
Retards.
about? Who are you
Ben
talking about?
Carson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me speak.
I'm saying it's a lot harder for him.
Austin, shut up. So
Okay.
many kids have paid for college themselves by taking out loans, whatever. They get a good degree, meaning they get a good job.
Which
and
is
you
a
have,
lot
like,
harder
10
if you're
you have,
poor
like,
because you have to
10
pay off student
years.
loans.
Scott, is it harder? Or
It doesn't matter, but if you go into
It's almost like there's
a
not an
field
equal
that provides
opportunity.
money.
No, there's
and you
equal
work
opportunity. There's not an equal starting point.
That's the same thing.
No, that's
No, there's
Yeah,
equal
that would
opportunity. No, literally anybody can get any job they want if they work hard enough.
Yeah,
if you don't
but
have
some
either,
people have to
that's
work harder
not
than
true.
others.
Yes, exactly, but there's
And-
equal opportunity. If you want to
No,
work and get that
there's
job,
literally
you have the
not.
opportunity
No.
to get the job.
Actually
No.
not.
If you
There's
really
actually
want to,
not.
you can
Yes.
work hard enough to get rich.
Yes, exactly.
Obviously.
Okay,
Okay.
no, it's,
So it's equal opportunity, retards.
No,
It's
if
not
they
that
don't- if
hard.
they don't want to work that hard,
If they don't want to
No,
work
it's
hard and
not
get
that
rich, they
hard.
don't have to work hard and get
If
rich.
anybody's
It's
not
not
working-
that hard.
No, but you gotta
No, the
also
equal
think about the
opportunity
people that are
isn't
literally
there.
born into that are born into like a systematic system of it. They
Look at
can't
Ben
get out of it.
Carson. He was, and he's rich. He's literally a brain surgeon.
Yes, but his odds of becoming rich were very
It
low
does not matter.
compared to somebody that was born into a middle-class
He was in
family.
the 0.2.
That doesn't matter.
Yes,
That's
he
the whole
was.
matter.
He's super. Dude, he's like the guy's incredibly rich now.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I'm aware.
Literally, he was born in like the
Y'all are-
bottom percents.
Y'all
Yeah,
are
but
saying this. Y'all are saying
the
this.
fact that you can have everything going against you and still
Yes,
but
exactly.
99.9% of
No,
the other
stop,
people that are in his
stop,
same
stop,
situation
stop,
cannot make
stop,
that
stop,
situation.
stop,
they either
stop,
give up or
stop,
stop working.
Stop. Y'all are saying this like you rolled the dice.
Yes,
You
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 not
do.
roll
You
the-
really do.
No.
don't.
You,
What?
you actually do. Being born
No,
is a
you
roll
do
of the dice.
not.
You do!
No, you don't.
No, because okay, if I roll a 20 on life, I'm born like Bill Gates' son. If I roll a 2, I'm Dylan, okay?
And you
That's
work
like the
your way.
difference.
I'm Dylan, but I didn't get adopted.
You're me. You're me. Oh, that must be a great place to start in life then. Okay, no.
Middle class?
It doesn't matter. It's not like rolling the dice. It's how hard you work.
Yes.
It's not. If we
Some
just
people,
rolled.
some people have to work harder than others.
Yeah. Yes, that's
Yes, some
exactly
do.
true.
That's still equal opportunity, retard.
I don't think that's
Okay,
equal
I wouldn't say
Yes,
it's
it
equal
is.
opportunity.
No, it is equal opportunity.
I'm sweating. I'm so heated.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's not equal opportunity because if it were, it's just not.
It
But-
is.
No, it's literally
get to
not.
the same
Yes,
ending
it
or
is.
not.
No, it's not equal
Yes,
opportunity.
it is.
Okay.
No,
Anybody
I
I think
think
it
can-
is equal opportunity.
Yes, it
And
is
Nathan,
equal
and Nathan and
opportunity.
Dylan, I would never
No.
advocate for something like communism. I think capitalism is the best system in the world that we have right now.
No,
Yeah,
if
it-
they
it
can
really
start
is.
anywhere
But
and get
it
to the
is.
same ending
But let's
point,
not
that's
pretend
equal
like it's completely
opportunity.
fair.
No, that's not equal opportunity, Nathan.
What is equal opportunity?
Equal opportunity is having the same possibility of getting to a certain
Oh,
goal.
Yes,
we were-
Yes, everybody
were-
has the same opportunity if they were
because
No,
someone
they
who's-
don't have the
because
same
someone who's
possibility.
born rich-
We were
someone who's
originally
born
arguing
rich-
about like our rich people typically bad people, and we were saying yes, they're typically pretty bad.
When you
people.
give
They
people
don't care about
power,
Yeah,
they will abuse
no,
it.
no, and because okay, we can touch on that too. They're bad people because they don't have to fucking do anything. And
How does
since
that make them bad?
They have,
What?
They,
Yeah,
they have
because they do nothing.
no,
Yeah.
because okay,
They
so
don't- they
They
don't
do-
work. So what about the poor people that don't work?
They-
Oh yeah, they're also bad people. Let's say that
But
too.
also,
then.
the vast majority of poor people are going to be working. It's
no,
going to be
there's
like-
more people that just live on Social Security or like whatever. Entire
Yeah, there is, but I'm saying the
Yes,
vast
are they bad
majority
people?
of
Are they
them-
They're
bad people?
Those
Yeah,
are
but
bad
okay.
people. Yes.
Those
But
are
they're-
But
yes.
then if you innovate and make your own company and you don't have to work anymore, are you a bad person?
You can't make your own
No.
company if you're poor.
The rich
Scott, I'm not.
provide the
Austin,
jobs for
when
the
you
poor.
think of rich people today,
It's not-
majority, 99% of the rich people today did not make the money themselves. They got the money.
it's all like old oil. or
Who
something
cares?
like
They're providing jobs for the poor to actually have a living income.
that. No, but I'm saying the
Or
fact
not.
that
Who
them
cares?
Getting that money and them from like down generation
Dude, I
puts
can
them at a
hear
better
the heat coming
opportunity.
off of Walter.
gives them a better chance to reach higher goals and to have better jobs. So
The
when
de-
you're poor,
The
and doesn't
definition
have
of
any money,
opportunity is a set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something.
Okay, Jacob.
That's the definition.
Wait,
I'm
say it
actually
again.
gonna
Sorry, I
leave
was not
it
paying
alone.
attention.
I know. We know.
Jacob, say it again. Jacob,
A
say it
set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something.
A set
Yeah.
of
No,
circumstances.
okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes it possible to do something. If you're rich, you have better circumstances to let you do something. If you're poor, you have worse circumstances.
If you're born in America, you have all the circumstance you need.
I'm actually
In a way.
sweating. Like, this is awful.
No, but it's
I can
it's
hear the steam rising off of Walter.
even if
I'm gonna
even
lose
if you're
my
born even if you're born into it, you personally are still, or not, I guess not you personally, but you're still providing, or your family's still providing for jobs for people so they can have an income.
What if that income isn't livable, like all the people in like China and stuff?
Yeah, or the Vietnam people,
Sucks.
like, that you want to have in a fucking.
I can't name a single company that does it because
Does what?
that owns sweatshops in Vietnam. Well, I can name Nike,
Nike.
but otherwise
Hey, look-
I
yeah.
can't not I can't.
Nike,
Look at
Adidas,
your
Doing
shoe.
Puma.
right.
Take off your shoe and see where it's made.
Oh, it's Adidas and it's Taiwan.
Ah,
I have Adidas. Let's
It's the same
So-
thing.
hold on,
Taiwan
hold on.
and Vietnam is the same thing.
where are iPhones made?
China.
China.
Okay, no. So
And,
Gareth?
hold
and,
on. real
and
quick.
people are people
Okay.
living in China? Yes.
So,
No, but here's
so-
the thing: is that the rich people own the factory that pay the workers so little that they can barely survive.
yeah, but
off
they're doubling
th-
what
they
they
have
can
a-
make there. They're literally
they have a-
doubling the wage they can make anywhere else.
Okay,
So,
okay. Okay, you take a wage that's like not even livable, and then you double it, and then you have a maybe.
yes, exactly. So that doesn't make you a bad person if you're doubling
Yo,
the pay that they
look,
could.
If you have the
The
ability
it's
to give
called
them a living wage,
competition.
you're a
Look,
bad
boys,
person.
the medieval lords, they provided protection for all the peasants and stuff, right? Yeah, sure, the
They-
peasants had to live off their land, work their land for them, give them all the money and stuff that they earned, that they made, but they provided protection.
Well,
And they
thank
get
God we're
by.
not-
Oh, and
other
sure,
people-
they're-
protection.
Thank
sure,
God
during
we're,
the industrial age,
They
they
provide
had
protection.
the
Thank
swords
God.
and stuff.
thank God we're not living those times, right, Logan?
We basically are, Dylan.
No,
That's
we're not.
what it is.
Okay, let's calm down.
That's not-
No. I'm trying to say it's very similar. You can look at it in a similar set of circumstances.
No, they pay in money, not protection.
Yeah, money.
Okay, what does money give you? What does money give you? Money gives you security. Security for food, security for a
no,
household,
no, a
security
social
for like,
contract.
an area.
A social
not if they
contract
don't
gives
pay
you
enough,
security.
right?
Am I right? So no, a social law gives them security. That's like that's what government is. It's a social contract.
Yeah,
Not-
if you could get popped,
Well, that's
and
what
you have
that's
your money
what
taken, that's not security.
that's the thesis behind our Constitution.
What?
It's John Locke's idea of a social contract. We trade some liberties for security. That's what gives you security, not the amount of money.
What does that matter, Dylan?
Well, I just want
No,
to
but
make
your
that's-
argument.
Yeah, but that's also not how it actually works. At all.
At all? Like at
Yeah,
all?
if you have more money.
No,
you-
no, I believe it. I
As
believe
soon
it.
as as soon as we put in a little thing called laissez capital, all that went up. Like it's just gone now.
Okay, this is really sound like communism.
It's a it's a romantic idea, like you give some freedom for security, but that's not at all how it works.
No, it is.
It's
I think
just
you guys have Down syndrome.
Well, you have to put something in to get something out.
I just
I'm
think
gonna
power
pull
corrupts
out of
people.
this
Yeah, it's called
argument
taxes.
With an ending statement, with saying, I don't care.
I know.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
care
I just
either,
think
really.
power corrupts
Not-
people. That's my
I
stance.
just don't mind arguing.
I ain't no Poe.
I
don't
think
care
I just
about
think it's
no
funny
Poe.
hearing everybody scream at each other.
I
Yeah, I
really
think
do
that's
think power
hilarious.
corrupts
I
people.
really
Oh,
want to
you're
go
gonna
back
play
to.
my night. We can yell at each other more.
No,
Yes!
nope. I want
If
to. I want
y'all-
to go. Want to go back to
Like,
Austin. and
Austin,
Logan.
do you think power corrupts people?
Do I think power corrupts people? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think
All
money
right,
is
and,
power?
Yes.
what money's power?
No.
Money. How the fuck
Really?
is money not power?
Money,
No,
money is power.
money is power.
Money is 100%
How is
power.
money
is
not
100%
power?
How is money not
Money-
power? Because like look at like Bill Gates, because he's actually like a pretty good.
He has
guy.
no power,
One
does
of
he?
the most, one of
Yes.
the most
No,
powerful people
Bill
in
Gates
the
has
world.
0 power. Bill Gates has no.
Austin, power corrupts people, but power doesn't corrupt all people. That's all. Bill Gates was just a good person.
Bill
He
Gates has
didn't let the money get to him.
Yeah,
Money is power. He's one of the most powerful people in the fucking world.
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah.
think power generally it doesn't corrupt everybody.
Yeah, that.
Yes, but
It corrupts
you said
The vast
No, I-
majority
no,
of people.
No, it does. But
we
like,
said
if-
power generally corrupts people. So
Yeah.
that would mean that rich people are generally corrupt, meaning rich people are generally bad people, and that was the whole argument that we.
Are they
That's what
generally bad
that's what it
people?
started from. Yeah.
Yes, because
No,
power
I
corrupts.
said there's-
Being
I said there's
corrupted
good rich
is a
people, there's
bad
good
person.
Poor people and there's bad.
I-
people.
Yeah,
you
I don't,
can't-
I don't entirely.
You
believe that
can't
that
say
makes you a
that.
bad
You
person.
can't. You can't say that because you're rich. You're generally a bad person. No, you
No,
can't.
No, but you can say that because someone's rich, they have a chance of corrupted than someone poor.
I
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, but it's the fact that rich people provide jobs.
I think they deserve it.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
rich people
they-
provide jobs. They provide jobs with barely any money to people who can barely afford it.
They also provide jobs that give money.
Are they working or no?
It
Like,
goes
what?
both
No, yeah, they do provide jobs to the people that the rich people know, like their cousins, their nephews. Their
Now,
Okay,
I'm
about
not
that?
saying I'm better than the rich people, because if I had that money, I'd probably do the same thing as them. But that would still make me a bad person.
have you ever heard?
Yes.
Have you ever heard?
Yeah, and I'm okay with being a bad person. Okay.
Because to me, Austin, the entire time you guys were arguing about this, I just kept thinking about Russ, and I thought about how whenever you spawn in the world, when you get like bolted from your roof, you're like, oh, what a fucking faggot, just shooting a naked. Wow, I didn't even do anything. But then when you get the bolted and you're on the roof, you sit up
Yeah.
there like it's fucking target practice.
That's actually a really good
Are
analogy.
you, you're talking about me?
No, I'm just talking about all of us, literally anyone in Rust.
That's a really good analogy for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good
Whenever
way to look at it.
whenever you don't have anything, people like start shooting you for no reason. You're like, well, he sucks. But then you start doing it whenever you get it.
And you're sitting there like,
Because
We
the
should
moment
install
we
a
get
government
stacked in
and-
Rust,
and-
like Ty, all of us, we sit on top of the fucking roof and it's target practice for 30 minutes.
We should install
Anyone
a
that shows
government
up.
in Russ that gives stuff to the poor people.
No, what?
Huh?
no, that's actually stupid.
What?
What? I didn't.
What?
I didn't.
Okay.
Comedic vacuum!
Oh dear God.
Hey, y'all want to play Mind Night so we can yell at each other more?
But
Yes.
it's.
No, we can. Look, me and you could yell literally as much as we want. Because I can.
Global warming! Global warming! Let's yell! Come on, let's get it!
Please,
No, I don't
will-
feel like going for this one.
I can't strip more. Like I'm already like
Let's
I can't.
let's
I can't
start.
lose
Let's
any
keep
more
yelling
clothes.
at each other, but let's yell at each other about something fun. Let's do Mind Night.
My
Yeah.
night is not
Scott,
fun.
Scott, have you done your discussion?
All
I
I'm
just
saying-
disagree with
No.
y'all. It angers me how much I disagree with y'all.
Scott?
I disagree with him too.
They're just
That's fine.
stupid.
Is
I
Scott
agree.
there?
I agree with
Yeah.
you, or Nathan. They are
Am I
stupid.
Have you done your discussion?
But Austin, did what I say make sense?
No,
Well,
I haven't.
Yeah, no, it does.
Okay.
But
That's
do
all I
I
wanna
think
say.
do I think that
I've
they're
done one
bad
of them.
people? No.
No, not all people, generally. Because power
Yeah.
corrupts,
Okay, hold on.
rip money's power,
I
so
Okay,
think-
hold on,
I
generally.
think it's dumb.
Okay. You
I
know
think
what?
it's
You know
dumb
what?
that
Okay.
if I'm gonna I call
All right,
it.
go Nathan. Go.
No, I think it's dumb that middle to low class believe that if you have money, it is your responsibility to help the poor.
Mm-hmm. I think that's dumb too.
Because
I
it's
think
not
it
their
kinda is.
responsibility at all.
It is not your responsibility.
At all.
If the government's taking taxes, it's the government's responsibility. Because that's what the government claims to be doing, and they don't. They don't help people.
Austin, you really don't like the government, huh?
The government literally ruins every single thing in our
If the
country.
government doesn't do it, then who's going to do it?
Churches.
If the rich people can't do it.
The churches don't do a good job of it either.
Yeah,
They don't.
No,
because
you could-
because
you could
it's
deal with the
been
Catholics.
their role has been declining because the government, but the government's not doing it well either.
Wait, not doing what well?
Helping
For,
poor
like
people.
helping the poor people.
Why shouldn't they help the poor people?
No,
Why should they? Because they're taking taxes, and that's what they're claiming to do.
No,
is
I know,
like,
but
that's what the government's. Well, that's what the government's for. The government.
Exactly,
Is
it's-
No, the taxes should be for hospitals and stuff like that. They should.
yeah, I know, but no,
they should
exactly.
help.
I don't think it should be their responsibility to deal with poor people. I don't even think
Yeah.
it should be their responsibility to deal with hospitals.
They don't
Yeah,
deal with
no, but
hospitals.
they-
There's no public health care.
Yeah, and they use hospitals and stuff for.
No, they.
Oh
no.
yeah, hospitals.
The
bad
whole
example.
thing-
Libraries and roads.
That's also usually for poor people.
Libraries
true.
and roads are for poor people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Well-
rich people don't.
You think rich people use roads?
Rich people
They can have
typically.
their own libraries. Rich people can
What?
have. They don't have to use
That's
them.
just situational BS.
No.
Just-
That's like not. Logan's not wrong. Situation. Rich people typically have their own sources of information and use their
Public,
own
yeah,
system.
public libraries are for the poor people who can't get the information any other way.
Yeah. Like for me, since I want to study to be a vet, instead of like using really expensive, really nice books, I have to go to the public library and check out dumb like 2002 books that look like
But
Bibles.
if you were rich,
But-
you could still go to the library. If the welfare systems and stuff
Yeah,
like that are.
But it's not
only-
for them.
But no rich
You
person
could,
goes to the
but
public
there's
library.
no reason to do that. Ever.
The
Okay,
only reason why
I'm talking
but
about
which
stuff
person-
that are genuinely designed.
All I'm saying is poor people just shouldn't be poor. That's all I'm
Okay,
gonna say.
public libraries are. Have you, Nathan? When was
Okay,
the last
Walter,
time-
shut up. Rich and poor people can use a library. Rich
Yeah,
and
that's true.
it's
But
for the
they
genuine.
So it doesn't
Walter,
matter.
I'm
That's
not
not.
saying that
No,
they
but-
do. I'm saying that they can.
No, but typically, whenever the government does make a library or something, they put it in poor areas.
Yeah,
Because
like
they know that
That doesn't matter. The rich people can still go there and go to the library.
they
Yeah,
can,
it's
but
for
there's
the
no point
entire
to. There's no
population.
sense.
Exactly. There's no point to, but they're still doing it for everybody. It's not just for the poor people. I don't think
No,
they're
but okay.
gonna cater to a certain group of people.
Practices after school. Are they for
No, but
everyone,
that's
including the
literally the
people who
point.
make 36s on the ACT? Yes, it's for everyone, but that's not why they make it.
And
They
you
make it
know
for
what?
people
The people that
don't
make
have a
36 on the
ACT.
ACT, the people that don't make the high scores on their tests don't work hard enough to make the high scores on their test.
Dylan, what do you have on your test? What do you have on your ACT?
My ACT at 23.
Dylan, have you ever
Dylan,
studied for an ACT?
Dylan, I literally have a
and-
higher ACT than you.
Yeah, and am
Have
I
you-
sitting here complaining about how I don't have a high ACT score?
Am I asking for points from somebody?
Am I asking someone to come over to my
What poor
house and
person is
help
asking
teach me the
points from a
ACT?
rich person?
They're literally asking for
That's-
rich people to
They're
pay for their
getting
college
money from the
and stuff.
government. That's what that is.
What?
No,
What's gonna-
okay, I don't like the ACT example. I'm saying everything the government does, money-wise, should be for the entire population.
Yes.
Like roads and libraries. Because not necessarily everybody would use it, but everybody can. Welfare
Yeah, that's-
systems do not help the rich people at all.
They don't.
Yeah,
Because they
but
don't need it.
the poor people actually need that.
No, they do
because-
not.
Because
need
no,
help.
No, they
it's
can
almost
go
like
get a
that. Rich
job.
people are set at a better at a better
Welfare
opportunity
systems is for people who the job isn't providing enough.
I know James personally would have died by now without the welfare of Canada.
Yeah,
That
Yeah, because he
sucks.
lives in Canada.
it's
He
the
would
same
have
thing.
fucking died without it.
So it does
Okay.
not matter. I'm talking about America.
That sucks.
What's the
I mean,
difference?
It's the
honestly,
same thing.
it's not that big of a deal.
It's not the
actually
same thing.
People
No, it is
die
literally
every
not.
day.
How?
The
But
only
the Canada
difference.
is
no,
something that you
Canada-
can avoid. But if it's a death you can avoid, though, Nathan.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Are you being serious?
People die every day.
Are you being actually
Holy
serious?
fuck.
Nathan, are you genuinely being
No,
serious?
Nathan, are you being literally serious?
If
Are you
a
being
person
literally-
dies that you don't know, you don't care.
I agree with that
Can't tell me
statement.
you can't tell me you see in the newspaper that Joe Blow died and you start crying.
I do get a joke.
But I didn't
No,
want
no,
Joe Blow
no,
to
no,
die.
No, but if the
What
news
about-
I'm not gonna
covers-
cry, but
I-
like,
I don't
You don't
start
know
crying,
Kobe.
but I would prefer that he
If-
didn't die.
if I could do
If the
something
news
to
reporter-
prevent Joe Blow
okay,
from
if the
dying,
news
I would have
reporter
done
said
it.
that- Okay, if this system would have been implemented, then so many people would have had their deaths prevented. Then you would be like, oh wow, that's kind of shitty. That
Wow.
50 people could have been prevented by putting a system in.
But
No,
if
then why don't
didn't
they
do
put
I
in that
wouldn't know and I
system?
wouldn't care.
Why don't they put in that system? Because
Oh my
how's it fair for the rich people to get taxed more than everybody else?
How is
Just
it
as
fair?
Because
people
taking
can
away
live.
half
Because
of a
they
billionaire's
live.
money and
How is
taking
it
away
fair
half
for
of
Because
rich
they
people
can
that
live.
the poor people get to die?
No, why? How is it fair that rich people get taxed 90%?
Because
like
they
everybody else
can
gets taxed
still-
because it
Look
doesn't
at-
affect them as
Take
much.
it.
Not, dude, that does
Okay,
not matter.
Austin,
Okay,
Austin,
no, no.
How is it-
Austin, if you're making $100 million a year and you get taxed,
Okay.
and you're still making $10 million. If you're making $100 a year and you get taxed 90%, you're
That's-
making
that's
$10.
That's
Logan,
saying
but
that
why-
somebody
why
that's
do you-
poor
It's
is
not
the rich
fair,
person's
Logan.
fault.
But it's not fair.
It doesn't affect them as much.
No. You know, it's not fair being born into a bunch of money and then blaming everybody else for the reason why they're poor.
Yeah, but it's
When
not
you
fair.
do a
It's
single
not.
thing to get the
It's
money.
not fair for getting
Dude,
being.
I think it'll-
And it's not fair for being born in a poor family
That's
either.
not true. People
So
are
somebody that
corrupt,
is
like,
born a
destruct.
billionaire, it is their fault that people are poor. They
No.
are being
No?
punished because
No.
people are poor.
No.
That's what being taxed more is.
Yes, that actually is.
What?
Well,
Hey,
well,
that person over
No,
there,
I
they
think
to
didn't,
happen.
their parents didn't work hard enough for money, so it's your fault. You go pay for them.
That's actually exactly it.
What Nathan is saying is right. Yeah. They're technically being punished for that, but that doesn't matter because
We
they
should
won't
tax them
fucking
more.
die. They wouldn't
yeah.
fucking die.
It would be
Yeah, so-
okay.
So it's the rich person's fault that that
Can
kid's
they
gonna
live
die.
without
No.
that
The
money?
government's
Okay, so why are we punishing them for it?
Can they live
It's
It's not
without
a punishment.
Nathan, a government's primary responsibility is for the safety of
Yeah,
its citizens.
but then why are they making the rich people pay for it then?
Because then it doesn't affect them as
because
much.
they can't afford. What is the
Okay,
money?
so we're gonna punish
Yeah,
them.
no,
for
The
no,
difference
no,
between
no,
having
no,
10
no,
million and
fine. I'm
100
just
million
saying, if they're
is not the
taxing-
same as 100 and 1,000.
Austin,
Okay, if they're
Austin,
taxing,
you know, like 90% of all the government's money comes from the rich people. The 1% of the population
Yeah,
produces
and-
like 90%.
No,
of
actually,
taxes.
the top 10% pay 70% of all the income taxes.
Yes.
yes. But why should they be getting taxed 90%?
Because it doesn't
Because they
affect
can
them
live
as much.
without it.
How does it not?
Because
What? It doesn't
then-
affect
hey,
them as much.
then we will be
Like,
okay.
losing
They will-
$100 is not as much as losing $100 million.
No!
What?
If you
Let me
only
speak.
have...
Let me speak.
Because you're
So,
still making
okay, so
10 million.
You're so you're so stupid.
Do you want me to lay this
there's a
out?
rich guy. There's
No,
a rich
no.
guy.
The
Why
difference between having
Scott
$100 and $1,000 is so much bigger than having $100 billion and $1 billion.
Scott,
Like, your
specifically,
lifestyle
listen
does
to me.
not change that much.
Listen to me. So we're gonna. So, but you don't agree that somebody should be punished for the poor.
It's not a
But we're gonna take
punishment.
more money. And so taking somebody's money is not punishment.
Not
Is that-
inherently, no.
No, I think it's
Oh,
punishment.
okay.
It 100% is punishment.
You made money,
But
so
that
it's
doesn't
your
matter.
fault.
How does that not matter?
I think it's
It's your
funny.
Because they can survive.
Why
if
does
they
it matter?
if they
Wait,
live
wait.
like if they live like middle class
Wait a
people
minute.
and they buy a
So
normal
are
house
you
and not a
two-
big
are-
fucking mansion, they don't need that
but then why-
$90 million.
Are y'all
There
upset-
wouldn't be any
wait,
jobs
so
if
are
they
y'all
were getting
upset-
taxed 90%.
Are y'all upset that the rich people are getting taxed 90%? Y'all are
Yes.
upset about that. Okay,
Yes,
so
that is
you are-
stupid.
okay, so you're upset that the rich people are getting all their money taken. The rich people you don't know, but whenever poor people start dying that you don't know, you don't care.
If a rich person died, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, it's the rich person
but you're
died, I wouldn't
literally
care either.
defending. You're
But if they
literally
lose money,
defending
you would care.
actual
No, I
value
wouldn't,
that is
actually.
made by
If that rich
arbitrary
person wasn't
someone's
rich, I
wouldn't give a
actual
shit.
life.
So why do you care about the tax? Why do you care about the 90% tax rate then? And
Because-
not,
okay.
you're not getting it.
Hold on,
If you don't
everybody,
care
let me
about the
talk for a
left, why do
second.
you care about
Everybody,
the
just let me have a real quick thought, okay? Okay, so let's say, all right, here. So so let's say Bill Gates, because you know he's my main example, my man
Yeah.
right there. Okay, so
He's a
if
good
Bill
guy.
Gates starts getting taxed 90%, what is his initiative to open more jobs?
To make more money.
So he can have more money and live a better lifestyle.
Still making
No.
more money.
No, but like if there's because right now there's better ways to there's better ways to earn money. Like if you invest
Excuse me.
investments, whenever you pull them out, they're getting taxed at 23%. And if you pull out if your income is getting taxed 90%, you're not innovating anymore, you're just investing. But then if that happens to all investments, why would anybody do anything if the economy crashes?
All right. So look, Bill Gates makes 12 billion a year.
That's a true statement, though.
Yes, exactly. So what?
I wanna
Nobody's
listen
gonna
to it. I
innovate.
wanna
Nobody's gonna
listen to
innovate.
it.
That's basically what happened in Canada.
Logan,
Nobody
talk.
innovates because they
Wait,
get taxed so
hang on,
much.
Let me get my calculator out. My phone can't put on how much money he makes per year.
I think we should use Ben Carson.
Why?
Ben Carson.
Why?
Cause
It
then
doesn't-
Because then they can't use the argument that he was
Let's
born
use the
rich.
Clintons.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
It literally, yeah. So it just
What's the
it
calculator?
if people get taxed a lot, they're gonna invest. But then if they invest and then the people that they're investing in make a lot of money, they're not gonna work anymore. So it's just a never-ending chain of people just stopping working.
And if y'all truly believe that it's not somebody's fault that they're born poor, you shouldn't believe that it's somebody's fault that they're born rich.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're
It's not
at
someone's fault they're
fault.
born rich.
I don't think that they're at fault for anything. And like I said, I don't think that they should be like forced to give out a whole bunch of money. I think that they're
That's
just.
what
But then you're saying taxes 90% is fine. It doesn't hurt lifestyle. What?
No, I don't think that they should be forced to give out a whole bunch of like
It's not
I think
fair.
the
It's not
government
exactly
taking
fair,
money-
but it doesn't hurt their lifestyle as much.
Yeah, I think the
No,
government
it's
taking
gonna hurt
money
their
is
lifestyle.
things-
It hurts their lifestyle 100%.
No, it's
Poor
gonna hurt
people.
their lifestyle. It 100% will. But they'll be able to survive without that lifestyle.
That
They'll
you-
be able to have
Oh,
a
okay,
medium
so you
class
can-
lifestyle.
You
Long-
you
long
do
as everyone
anything
survives,
before, as long as
fine.
it benefits the rich. As long as they can live, they're fine. Screw them for working.
They
That's
didn't
what's
work
on
hard.
here.
Most rich people
Because they
didn't
are
work
living
hard.
in mansions, the poor
But
people
they're-
are dying
but
by
they're
the
fine.
I'm
second.
back at let's punish
That's-
them for being born rich.
Yes, I say we
Like I said,
should.
But Nathan,
That's
again,
what?
most rich
That's
people
like you're
did
so
not work hard.
hypocrite. That's so
No.
hypocritical.
Nathan,
I think
like
it
I was
should
saying,
happen.
most poor rich people did not work hard to get there. They were
Yes, so
born
let's
there.
punish them for it.
What's the
So Logan, so if you work hard to make sure, so you secure your children's future, so they can live a good life, and then all that money, oh, it's their fault that they're rich.
No, let's say you
They're
know
still
what?
gonna have a good life
So,
though.
so you're better off just like living poor. That way your children can grow up poor, so that they're not like what it punished since they're rich. You're better off just having them poor, so they get everything handed to them. They're better off that way. Logan, is that what you're saying?
What? Wait, hang on. What? I was
Yeah, I didn't.
They're better off. You might as well be poor. That way your children aren't punished because they're rich. So everything gets handed to them, right?
No, that's
No,
not the
because
that's
if
not the
you're
point of the
poor,
Basically
problem.
what you're
That's
saying.
exactly what
That
that
is
literally-
exactly
that's
what
literally-
you're
that's
saying.
the
If you're,
No, that's
because
literally
if you're
not the
born
point.
poor,
That
then
is-
you're going to be taken advantage of by the rich, and you're at more of a risk of.
So you're
happening.
better off just keeping your children poor. I understand.
No,
No,
that's
it's-
literally not it. That's not it. You're taking something that's not that extreme and putting it all the way into the fire. You
Yeah,
can't,
but, like,
that's
that's
not
what
the
you-
assumption.
No, that's what
What?
y'all are saying. Actually, you
No.
should punish the rich for being born rich.
Yeah, they
No.
should be paying for all the poor people.
No, you
No,
can't say
no,
no.
no.
That's what y'all are saying.
They
I know.
they should
I
be
guess,
required
okay,
to
if
pay
you're
the
gonna
poor
use the
people.
word punish, yeah, yeah. I'm not.
Okay.
I don't think that they're at fault for anything, but I think they should. They like the government should be
That they
taking.
should be
We should punish
required
them
to
without reason. Is
I
what you're
think-
saying.
I
Because
think
if the
that-
government was taking money from poor people, the government wouldn't have any money to do anything anyways.
Logan,
The
Logan,
government, the poor people don't have enough money to give to the government.
The poor people
thing-
don't even have enough money to live.
Stop,
They can't
stop,
give any
please
money
stop.
anyway.
stop. It's like, yeah, but it's kind of like saying, well, if the cops can just barge into your house because they think you might have drugs. Like
I
it's
have
not.
no idea where you're going.
This is the worst. This is
No,
the worst.
no, no,
thing.
no, hold on.
Isn't
It's
that
like-
probable cause?
Let him finish.
Yeah, it's called.
Never mind. Never
Let him
mind.
finish.
No, Dylan, go ahead. I just can you restart?
I don't know how to put this
Okay.
because y'all are saying, okay, yeah, I agree with y'all. I agree with y'all that it's not a punishment
How is it not a punishment?
No,
for.
it's a punishment. It's 100% a punishment.
It's,
I-
it's
Yeah,
100% a
if you
punishment.
No, no, no,
If
no,
your
no,
money's
no, no,
being
no.
stolen from you
Okay,
because you're
but
rich,
y'all-
that's
No,
wrong.
stop,
Logan,
stop,
it's
stop,
not
stop,
if you want to use the word punishment. It is a punishment.
It is a
Yeah.
punishment.
What it is. That's what it is.
It's
It is a
not-
punishment.
Yeah, but you can see the benefit of this, right?
But I'm trying to put this
I
in
think I see
perspective,
where Dylan
Austin.
was trying to go. I think I see
Okay.
where Dylan was trying to go.
Can you say it then? I don't even know what Dylan was saying.
I think Dylan was saying that you can get your house broken into, but if it won't affect you that much, it's okay.
Yeah.
If you got your house broken into and they stole everything, that affected your lifestyle, that's wrong. Because people who break into houses only steal half of their stuff. That's okay.
Is that what you're going for, Dylan? Because
If
that is.
somebody broke,
Basically.
if you had a house, like you had a mansion, just completely filled with a whole bunch of treasures and stuff.
It's okay for you to break into
It's
it.
okay for people to come in and steal. It's
Somebody-
okay.
No?
If somebody came in there, no, it's not okay, but it's not nearly as bad
What
as
if they
somebody
did?
Then why is it okay for the
Because
government to steal your money since you're rich
the
at a higher
government,
rate than everybody else?
because somebody breaking into your
It
house
doesn't
and
affect you
stealing
as
it is
much.
actually-
Okay, no,
That is
stop,
so
stop, 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 stop,
stupid.
stop, stop,
No,
stop.
no,
One
no,
minute.
no, Raj.
Hey, okay,
No,
let me.
you guys are
somebody,
dumb.
Critical.
Austin, somebody breaking into your house and stealing it, they're using that for themselves. The government is going to use it to help other. Like,
Yeah, but then
poor
they're
people.
also like the government also loses so much money a year. You know where that, right?
Oh, no,
Politicians' pockets.
I'm not-
Okay,
No,
let
I'm
me
not-
say something else. Let
Austin,
me use
I'm
this
not
for something
Austin,
else.
I'm not arguing the government's corrupt and it's probably losing a whole bunch of that money.
No,
But
if I was to say anything,
government's
I would say the government's way more corrupt than rich people.
They probably.
By
Wait,
like
wait,
400
okay, here we go,
times
But
more
you know
corrupt.
why
what's a
that's
Run by
really,
rich people.
Please stop.
you know what's a
please
really good example of the government
Please
really
stop.
rich people? The fact that okay, all the money that they get from the rich people, from that like 70% or whatever, they put that tried into the stock market for the coronavirus, and all of it went gone, vanished.
Okay, no,
So,
I
like,
want to
An
say
entire
something
year's
off
worth
of what
of tax
Dylan was
revenue
saying
is
again.
gone, is completely gone, trying to
No.
benefit the rich people.
Please,
So
please.
if let's say okay, a
Okay,
person is dirt poor, but he is a kid. He breaks into somebody's house, steals food for his kid.
Yep.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Hold
No.
on.
not
Morally,
right. It's not
morally,
okay.
But you cannot-
morally,
I'm not
yes,
done.
legally, no.
You
No, that's
cannot
right.
say that's okay.
No, that's not okay.
If you
That's
have
right.
$5,000,
Morally, yes. Legally, no.
Yeah, morally, yeah. That's.
I mean,
that's
was he
not
just gonna
at
let his
all.
kid die? Was he
Yes, it
just gonna
is.
let his kid die?
Yeah, what's he supposed to do?
Was he just gonna sit there and let his kid starve? No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
No.
no.
Yeah,
no.
but it doesn't make it okay.
It doesn't make it okay.
Legally,
Legally, it's wrong. Morally,
No,
it's
even
right.
morally, it's wrong. What? So
No,
you're
it's
saying-
that's not even
in
wrong.
literally
morally.
in the Bible it says don't steal. So yeah, the Bible doesn't matter.
That's,
The Bible's
that's assuming
also
that
all about
everybody
being-
goes off the Bible.
Austin, the Bible's also all about not being greedy and sharing your stuff. There's a whole Austin. There's a whole book in the Bible about a greedy businessman being sent to hell and him
Okay,
telling his
please
brother-
stop. Please
him
stop.
telling
Please
his
stop.
brothers,
Please
brothers,
stop. Please
brothers.
Government's
stop.
being
Please
kinda
stop.
greedy,
Please stop.
though.
No,
Please
that's
stop.
all I'm saying. How is it?
Please stop.
It's how is it morally wrong? But
Let
it's
me
like,
say. Can I say one more
okay,
thing?
yeah, go ahead.
This is the basic point of what we're getting to here. At least Austin, Nathan, and my side. The basic point where we're trying to get to here is okay. Let's say you make what 100 million a year. Like that's your average thing of what you make a year. If we're saying let's say it's extreme, let's say it's extreme, and let's say like the government's taxing you 90%. You're losing 90. Fine, let's do a billion, and it doesn't matter. It's still 9%. You're losing 90%. If you're losing 90%, and the thing of a business is the way businesses get ahead is they keep innovating and creating new things so they can have so that like their people that they're in charge of, like Apple, that their customers keep coming back to them because all this new innovative stuff is keeping this
This
system
is
going.
a really long point.
Yeah, I know. But if you keep taxing them, all this, the 90% that you're taxing them, why would the head of Apple think, man, let me create something new so that I can get taxed another 90%, so
You're
I
still
can
making
lose
money.
90%, so I can only have 10% of what I always will
If you're
have.
making-
So
Because
he's just
if
gonna
they
not
don't,
do
they won't
anything
have
and not
money?
make any money? He's just gonna sit
Wait,
on his
can
ass
you
and do
No,
nothing?
no, no,
Can
he's
you
sitting
get
on
to
the
the point
road.
of your point?
No,
and
he's
not
not.
working. Yes, he
No, he's
is.
not.
What? Yeah, he
It's-
is.
No, because
It's
then
better
he'll
to
be
still-
making zero
it's better to still
dollars a
make
year.
No,
100 It's better to still make $100 million a year.
No,
than
why would you work
zero.
if you already have enough money to retire and just stop working?
Then why-
let's be
then
honest,
why would-
anybody that has a bunch of money to stop working and they would just stop working because what's the point in working?
But
anymore?
a counterpoint would be
Because you still make money.
No,
I
you
couldn't
don't.
go
You
for
won't make
interest.
nearly enough for your work that you're putting in. You're not making nearly enough, and so they're done working.
no, and the counterpoint would be
So
if you want
so
new
they'd
innovators,
rather just
you
make
want
none.
new people to do stuff like that, like the poor people that wouldn't be able to get the same opportunities to get into that field. They're going to need government help in order to.
Who
get
cares?
Okay,
Who cares?
okay, let
Who
me-
cares?
let me-
They're gonna
let
get
me-
taxed 90%. It doesn't matter.
Let me lay out something. All right. If person one has $10,000 and they lose half their money and they have $5,000, and if person two has $1 million and they lose half of it and they have 500,000, who is really affected more?
The rich person. More
No.
money was stolen.
No,
Yes,
because
more
you're
money
assuming
was stolen.
you're confusing quality with.
No,
You're saying that the Vinci is losing more money, more. No,
yeah, you
because
still have 500,000.
So poor
The
people
poor
should be
person-
taxed more.
no,
No,
the poor person.
the
'Cause it
poor
affects them
person
less.
Is affected. The poor person
Yeah.
is affected less.
Just
But
no. I think
No, the poor person is affected more.
The poor person
because they
can no
already
longer
don't have
afford
any money.
schooling.
The rich person can no longer
Wait,
afford
no,
his.
Scott, whoever said that in the beginning.
Okay.
Re-say it.
If somebody has $10,000 and they lose half of it and they have 5,000, and if somebody who has $1 million and they lose half of it and they have $500,000, the rich person's life is affected less.
No, you
I
didn't say
agree.
affected.
I agree,
Who had what was like a
Well,
bigger?
why-
like,
No,
difference?
I said who's affected less.
Yeah, he said
don't-
who was affected more, and
Oh, I would still say the rich person. $500 million was stolen.
No,
it's
I
the
would-
poor
No,
person
no.
because
That's
the
not.
poor person can no longer afford schooling, which
And
is
Austin,
Yeah, but then the
Basic
government
human
comes in
rights.
and helps.
No,
so
okay,
no, it's fine.
basic
Austin,
human
listen to
rights,
me.
Listen to
That
me.
is
and
fine.
the rich person can no longer
logically-
afford his yacht.
Jacob, be quiet. Logically, the poor person is affected more. Logically, that is a fact. Because they have less money for their quality of life.
So
But
the
that's
money
still,
is worth.
Walter, am I speaking or no? The rich person is still. It's still saying you're still saying that it's the rich person's fault. That because if they got taxed 95%, they could still live. So let's do it. It doesn't matter.
I mean, if they could still live without the money, but the poor people can't, I'd say let's give a little bit of the life essence to that person a little bit. You
Yeah.
know,
I mean, if the poor people are going to, if the poor person can't survive without the money, then yes, tax them 95%. Tax the rich 95%.
'Cause,
Because
like-
that poor person has just as much a right to life.
Because
as
like
that rich person.
Caden he gets stung by a wasp,
Okay,
and I have this
whatever.
EpiPen. This is my EpiPen.
I know,
I don't
also-
need it. I'll be able to live without it.
Also-
But Caden can't. But since it's my EpiPen, Caden's not getting it.
And no, Austin, something you said
Exactly.
earlier. You said, but who cares? Because they're gonna get taxed 90%. I would rather be a rich person getting taxed 90% and still making $100 million
Yeah, everybody would rather
Then
do that. too.
than being a
You're
poor
also,
person.
you're also not a rich
being-
person though, or a poor person.
being
so-
than being a poor person being taxed 0% and making $1,000.
You're not in either of the situations.
I know, but I'm saying
No, I'm still. If any of us were poor, we would want to be given more money from the government. If any of us were rich, we would want less money taken from us.
See, my family right now pretty poor, and I'm still the way I am. So yeah, just putting that out there.
Yeah, but like that's your dad's fault that he went up there because his work told him to, and then he got laid off because the company was going down. That's your dad's fault.
And
He's
you know
fucking
what?
stupid.
And you know what?
No,
You-
I mean they should have told him beforehand. But
No. But
Oh,
it's
I
your
thought it was
dad's
the poor
No,
people's
he-
fault
no,
that they
he
were
took-
poor.
No, he took a risk. He took a risk, and the risk.
He
didn't pay
took
off.
a
What
risk.
risk was
the
it?
risk
What-
didn't
what
work,
risk was
and
it?
it's his
Well,
fault.
Lose
because
his
he was
job?
going up. No,
His
yeah.
job?
Yes.
Keep his job? How is that a risk?
No, it was a risk.
Keep his job?
No,
How
a
is
ri-
that a
the,
risk?
The risk was moving, and no thinking that it was just all going to work out. Nothing always works out.
Dropping
But that
That wasn't
everything
a
in
risk.
your
was
It
life.
the-
was a risk to
what was the-
lose
It was a
his
risk.
job.
But what
It
was the
was a
alternative?
risk to leave his job. He took the safe road
Yeah,
of
what was,
losing
the,
a job.
what was it? What was the alternative? Stay at home where there was no job available for him, anyways.
Stay in Louisiana and find a job working in a plant. Find
Okay,
something
Austin,
that
Damn,
where
I,
his
I'm
he
thinking
doesn't have
that's
a-
that because it
apply.
was crackly. No, what was the risk? The risk was moving.
Moving halfway across the country.
Yes, the risk was moving halfway across the country.
What was the
and
alternative?
What was
Staying
the
home?
alternative? Stay where we were and made the same amount of money.
He didn't have a job there though.
He didn't
Yes,
have a
he
job.
did.
He would have
He,
lost
he
his
would
job.
have had a job. No, he would have had a job.
How? I thought the company went under.
Yes, the company went under after we moved. But beforehand, okay. So there was a risk of moving. We would think it was all going to work. We moved up. It didn't all work how we thought it was going to work. And then
So you're saying it's not
putting
avoidable
even more on
somehow.
top, then the company went under. The company didn't go under. Let me change this. So all the independent contracts, all of them were cut. Every single one. If you were an independent distributor for Kellogg's cookies, they all got cut.
So
So,
what? He would
If,
have
if
had
we
a.
would have stayed there, he still would have been out of a job. But the risk was moving. And
So
then
he still
thinking
would have
it
been
was
out
all
of a
gonna
job.
work. Yes.
So that's his fault. They're
No,
not
he-
out of a job.
No, he 100%. He
No, I'm talking-
100%
the
took the
move.
safe. He took
No,
the safe
he
route.
did not take
He
the
still
safe
would've-
route, Jacob. Are you retarded?
Austin, they said you are going to move up here, or else we are going to fire you.
No,
you will
he-
no longer
Jacob,
have a
you
job
didn't-
if you do
Jacob,
not move
No,
up here.
Jacob, he just said
Jacob.
they didn't do that.
Oh
they
my
did
god.
not do that. We could have stayed there if we wanted to. We moved so other people could have a job.
No. It wouldn't have been his fault if he would have got fired. You know what? Yeah, no, it wouldn't have been his fault if he would have got fired. It would have been his fault for whatever he did afterwards to provide for his family.
We're having
So-
an argument about like ethics and stuff.
So
Yeah,
Jacob,
no, I realize.
All right.
If you got okay, yeah, let's say he got fired. He did get fired. What would he have if he would have done nothing afterwards and not provided for his family? Yeah, that would have been his fault. If he would have found a job and actually did something, that also would have been his fault. And whatever
No,
the
but you
outcome
three
was,
have such a warped view of poor people, though.
how do we have a whip view?
and
Dude,
you all
y'all
have
y'all keep on saying like, what if they don't do anything? Poor people are the workers typically. They're the ones
Yeah.
that actually have the job.
They're the
And y'all-
workforce
They
in
just
society.
don't get paid.
and you all
They
have
don't
a
get paid
warped
enough.
view
No,
of rich
you have to
people.
understand. Okay, so young people, okay, how it should work is young people start out poor, go get education, get knowledge
How do they get the
Then how-
education?
Loans.
from schooling and working hard,
So they have to
Okay.
get those loans, and they're not gonna have
and
to
then
pay
not
off.
spending
So
money
they're
on
not gonna be making a whole
coffee,
bunch. You're not
alcohol,
gonna be making for, like the
drugs.
first 20 years.
Basically,
of
if you
their
don't spend money on
career.
alcohol, drugs, and like all these fast food and stuff, basically, if you spend
Okay.
your money frugally, you have money to go to school.
You have enough money. Yeah, you have enough. Okay. You have
So
enough
then
money
you
to
go to school
without
and
student loans. Without
Yes, you
student
do.
loans at all.
Yes, and
But
then
you're-
after you get that, after you go through your your young years of getting your education, working low-paying jobs, then you're getting into your middle years. Your middle years, you should be getting that higher paying, better paying jobs.
No,
And
okay.
then you
if
get even
student
more
debt-
experience, and then it
Student-
goes away, and then you're up at the top, and you're making more like a lot of money.
Student debt from student loans are the people's fault. Not
Mm-hmm.
everybody that took out a student loan is in terrible debt.
No,
Logan, like your sister, Laura, she knew that vets. I mean, it's the person's fault.
Because she knew that vets weren't gonna get paid a lot, so there shouldn't be vets because they're gonna have to take out student loans. And
Yeah.
they're not gonna get paid a
So
lot.
you know
Or-
what me? I
Okay,
have
fine,
no
fine.
faith in
Stop,
animals.
stop. That's a perfect point. That is a beautiful point. You are absolutely right, Logan. She shouldn't have become a vet because she knew there wouldn't have been money. Well, if you have people start becoming vets because they know they're not going to make that money, the pay for that job's going to increase because you're going to have
Higher
less
demand
vets.
for less, yes. Higher
Yes.
demand and less quantity.
But you're just gonna be out of vets for a while.
Yes. And
No,
so
you're not.
the-
No,
So
no,
so
no, no,
so the
no,
price for
no.
that is
Austin,
certain animals aren't
Austin.
going to be treated.
No,
Yeah,
no.
You wouldn't be out of vets,
Austin.
Logan. You wouldn't
Austin,
be out
yeah.
of vets. The,
You
the
wouldn't
number
be.
of vets would go down, and you're like, well, I'm the only vet in town. I'm going to raise my prices by double. Then you're making double money.
So now people are having to pay a whole bunch more.
That
Yes.
doesn't matter. But then another
So
vet
doesn't
will
matter.
come out, they're like,
So
okay,
now
minimum
that
price
the
gap.
point you were
Hey,
making earlier about people spending their money frugally, now they're gonna have to spend. They're not.
no. But then Logan, guess what? Guess what? Oh, then these people are like, look, this vet is making so much money, dude. Look at this. And then he's gonna be like, I'm gonna go be a vet. Competition lowers
Because then
prices,
the
then the
8
prices
years
hit a
of
rock
schooling-
bottom, and then the cycle restarts. So Logan, that's how competition works.
The 8 years of schooling will then be worth it.
Yes.
So you can pay back the loans because you're getting paid more.
But then after another 30 years, because all the kids are like, look, vets make so much money. I want to be a vet. They're gonna go get all the money to be a vet. Then the price of vetting is gonna go way down because competition. And then since the price went way down, people can't make money being vets. So as people are done being vets prices go back up. People then
And that's
be like,
how
oh look,
the system
vets.
works.
That-
That's
yes.
oftentimes not how the system works at all.
How is that not
Yeah,
how
that's-
the
that's
system works?
literally
That's a romantic idea of how the system
No,
works.
Logan,
That's
that's literally
supposed to
how
work.
it works. That's look.
No,
look
that's
at
how it's
computers.
supposed
Computers
to
are going down in
work.
price, Logan. Look at the computer
That's
technicians. Right now, they're
that's
making
how-
a ton of money. In 10 years, whenever everybody's going in to be a computer engineer, after that, prices for being a
no,
computer engineer is going to be zero.
no.
What, Scott?
I'm definitely guess I'm
He's
going to
going
school for
to
it.
be a computer engineer. I guarantee he is because they make a lot. Isn't
So-
that why, Scott?
That's part of the reason.
Yes, exactly.
mean,
and
I'm
then,
not-
a bunch of other kids are doing that too right now.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
wait, what's
whenever
the-
everybody is done being a computer engineer, there's going to be so many of them. The person that was willing to work for the lowest amount to be a computer engineer is going to get hired. Everybody that's not going to work for that is going to go do something else. That's how competition
all-
works.
But what about all the jobs people need that you don't go to college and stuff for? What about like a trash man or something?
Yeah, they make a lot of money because nobody wants to do it.
Trash man? How
Yes,
much
They
no,
do.
no, trash men make a lot of money.
They make
They
a
like-
decent
Same thing
amount.
with plumbers.
They
Plumbers
call
make a ton of money. Welders, ton of money. Septic cleaners, ton of money.
How
There's
much
a
do
ton of
trash
money
men
in everything. They
It's
make
uh,
I'm pretty sure
it's
like
like-
100,000 a year or something
It's-
close to
if
that.
you
I don't
grow up
think it's
poor,
100,000, but it's up there.
and that's called opportunity.
What?
Okay.
Mid-career
right.
garbage truck driver with 5 to 9 years of experience earns an average compensation of $17.71 based on 156 salaries.
That's compensation.
Yeah, that's
17,
compensation.
17.71 an hour.
17,
An hour
That's pretty good.
times that by 40, then times that by 52.
52.
Sorry.
The
Yeah,
$112,000
Be
job.
poor from getting student loans, don't get student loans.
Yeah.
Go to
How
trade
else
school
you
and be one of the hundreds of trades.
How are you gonna go? Okay, so Logan, how about instead of people instantly going to college, they go to like me? I'm going to a whatever.
Community college?
Community college, and they don't cost as much.
Austin, where do you
You
think
go?
community college comes from?
Communities, come on.
Hey, don't
Government.
forget, if you can't afford college, you can also join the
Yeah,
military.
but Logan, exactly. If you can't afford college, join.
Where
the
do you think all the
military.
Where do you think all the money for the military
Can't afford
comes from?
college? Die.
But that's
But-